Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, no matter where you are in the world, and welcome to another stream. Today's Thursday, and it's our usual streams that are focused on brand new games or indies, and in general, just variety games. I'm your host, King Ozymandias, also known as Nazi Feres, that's my real name. So we are gonna showcase two games today. The first one will be one of the final games that have been announced publicly that I've worked on during my days at Blizzard, which is Diablo 2 Resurrected. It's basically a complete overhaul, remake, whatever you want to call it, of the original Diablo 2 that came out years ago. I think, like, if my memory serves me all, roughly like almost 20 years ago. And then the second game right after that will be a fun little indie game called Golf Club Wasteland, and we'll talk about it more as we progress. Now we're gonna showcase Diablo 2 Resurrected from scratch. I'll give you guys a little bit of fun tips and tricks in that end, and so if you do like the game, feel free to buy it. I know there's a lot of topics and issues that are happening with Activision Blizzard, especially with the many sexual harassment lawsuits that are happening right now and whatnot, and the changes at the leadership level that are not happening, and a lot of demands that the staff is asking for really drastic change that has been needed for many years are not happening. But at the end of the day, this is still a game that a lot of people have worked really hard on, and it would be really bad to it doesn't really help to say, yeah, I'm just completely blocking Blizzard because they're, they have shit values or whatever as a company. Still, that doesn't mean that everyone in the company is like that, and there's a lot of people that are trying to work really hard to make a change. There's a group of people that are also trying really hard to kind of create a union and start working on positive changes within the company. So what does Diablo 2 Resurrected mean for you coming in as a newcomer or someone that hasn't played the game since it was launched years ago? Mainly, I would say there's 10 to 15 main thing that you need to remember, and that's they're very clear. And I'm mostly gonna focus on really the significant changes and new features in Diablo 2 Resurrected at the moment, in terms of gameplay and whatnot. The first thing you need to know is technically, while the game is a Blizzard game, technically that it is made by a new developer. It is not made by the core Diablo team. The core Diablo team did work on it and did support working on it, especially because they are the owners of the old assets and whatnot. Just a second, let me turn off the Spotify music so it doesn't mix with the beautiful soundtrack of Diablo 2 Resurrected. And instead, they task Vicarious Visions, which is a developer that is part of the Activision Blizzard team. And if you guys know them or have heard of them, you probably know them for a really good game that they've worked on, including the recent Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, which is basically the HD version, or whatever, the modernized version. Is it the same D2 code nearly, but with better graphic? I mean, at the root, the structural code is pretty much the same. A lot of the AI mechanics and stuff like that is pretty much the same, but there's been a lot of extra features that have been really deeply rooted. I can't go that deep into them because that would breach my confidentiality agreement with the company, but yeah, at the base, the root is still the original Diablo 2 as a game. So one of the main changes that they've learned, and especially because of their learning with the modern Diablo, so Diablo 3, and now the work that they're doing with Diablo 4, is that, for example, the first one is that there is a shared item stash, which means that basically if you have a character, let's say you have a barbarian character, and then you also have a paladin character, your stash is actually shared between these two characters. So that, you know, I think in my perspective, it helps, you know, it helps a little bit more playability, and it helps you actually optimize your build without having to create like multiple characters of the same, of this, with hassle or anything like that. The other part is that the stash itself is much bigger. It used to be much smaller in the game, and we had to, you know, like because it's kind of a grid system, right? So like let's say it's a grid system of let's assume 15 tiles by 10 tiles, so 150 tiles. And your items on average, let's say a sword usually takes around as a space size uses around 6 tiles. A helmet, a shield usually takes also around that much. A helmet is around 4 tiles. So you gotta kind of place them. If you guys have played like Resident Evil, it's pretty much similar how you arrange your inventory. So that's pretty good. Back in the days, we used to have to rely on mods to actually unlock more of those for the game. The third thing that is quite important is that automatic pickup is there. So the reason is a lot of the hassle is to having to press and click and all these clicking. Like I love Diablo 2, I love Diablo 3, I love playing them on PC, but it was really a hassle to have to click all these items that fell on the floor, especially things like money and whatnot. It was a bit painful. But anyway, it's pretty great that we can now have this automated picking up of loot and gold that was in D3, so it obviously makes our life easier. The fourth, and I think one of the best part of this whole remastered aspect, is that cutscenes have been completely remade from scratch, and we're not talking about, you know, the we're not talking about the fiasco that happened with Warcraft 3 Reforged, where, you know, they kind of like try to say, yeah, we're gonna rework all the cinematic, and in the end they didn't do it. Well, this time they actually redid it, and they reanimated a lot of the cutscenes, and they're all in 4K quality, so it's really feel like a refreshed game as it is. Now, the other part is, I think there is the part about an improved BattleNet, which makes our life easier, obviously, because there is the BattleNet 2.0 right now, and so there is that functionality with being able to invite your friends. But the most important part of that whole revamp is that there is cross progression, meaning that if you own the game on multiple platforms, which currently is almost every single platform. So we're talking about PC on BattleNet, and then we're talking about Xbox, both generations. So like the Xbox One generation, the Xbox Series SX, and PS4, PS5, and even Nintendo Switch. Meaning that if you own the game on any of these platforms, or all these platforms, you can actually start there, finish, then log in. Because you're logging into the singular BattleNet account, then you are automatically continuing your progression into whatever platform you prefer. Obviously, 3D graphics, that's and the color palette has changed a lot. So so a lot of obviously the game does look much better. If you guys can already kind of see the character models at the moment for each of the 7 classes, of the game. Some classes don't exist anymore, like they're not in Diablo 3, and they have, at least as far as I know from what has been announced, at least for Diablo 4, some of them aren't there, right? So like for example, we got the Sorceress is basically the mage or the enchanter, whatever you want to call it. The druid is coming back in Diablo 4. And then the necromancer was a DLC for Diablo 3, and then the assassin is basically the rogue-ish, so it's still, you know, the base is there. The Amazonian are probably the only class that I don't foresee coming back anytime soon, because, you know, it was a very interesting class that they've tried out with Diablo 2 back in the days. Finally, a couple more stuff. There is a lot of nice UI accessibility options, so especially for colorblind mode, for better visibility, HUD visibility, toggling item names on and off and stuff like that, which really makes your life easier. But the most fun part about all these options is that you can actually instantly toggle, like turn on and off the original graphics. You can play the whole game with the original graphics in a 4:3 ratio, or you can just instantly switch to the 3D version as you are playing. So it really makes it nice to have this both version. And obviously, you have all the extra stuff that you would assume, like remastered audio effect, visual effects that are better frame rate, and obviously, well, the bane of all our shitty existence if you've played Diablo 2 online is that there was always this issue with compatibility issues, where you would be playing, like, you know, whatever version 1.224, and your friend is trying to connect with you, but he's on 1.225, for example, or something like that. So that was just a big mess. Obviously, this game is like cross updated on all platforms, so it makes your life easier. So what classes are we gonna play? So I was considering, I'm more of a demon hunter kind of guy with Diablo 4. With Diablo 3, and so I want something that is like a bit long range, where I can actually play around and build up. And I honestly think that the best class, especially for a beginner, for people that haven't played the game or having their first playthrough, or it's been a long time since they've played, I think the most fun class to play is the Sorceress. She's really fun. She's got multiple elemental abilities and magic and whatnot. So it just makes the game really more fun, and it's also quite easy to navigate yourself and get out of a kind of a sticky, tricky situation in that sense. So yeah, I played Monk. Monk was my starting class in D3, and then I switched and I created a Demon Hunter just out of fun. So we're gonna try the Sorceress. I didn't play Sorceress when I was playing D2. I played a Paladin, and if I remember correctly, I think I played Druid. But again, it's been so many years ago, and it was, you know, a bootleg version because there was no way of finding original Blizzard games back in Lebanon during those days. So there we go. We're gonna go with the Sorceress. As you can see, those are the updated VFX. Obviously, is a bit definitely more modernized. Her body posture, her facial expression, etc. Everything has really dramatically changed. So we're gonna play as a non-ladder because anyway the feature is not available at the launch, and we're not gonna play hardcore yet. But basically, hardcore is kind of like a god mode. So basically, if you die, you don't get to resurrect. But we're not gonna do this. And then you can play the classic version. So basically, you experience the original Diablo 2 before Lord of Destruction, but that is also not fun. So I'm gonna go with the main, play the game in the latest expansion. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna play the classic one. Fuck it, because I know the classic, and I think the starting from the scratch is much nicer than obviously, it's because I don't know why they say not recommended for new players. I think new players should try this, like players that never played the game. So yeah, let's go. Generate name. Let's put Ozymandias, because like every single game in this gaming world, I cannot use my real name due to the fact that my first 4 letters in my hand are are basically automatically banned because it's N-A-Z-I. Anyway, alright, so let's go for it and let's kick off. Private play will create a solo game. Yup, okay, let's do that. Party finder. Okay, I'm gonna do a private game because obviously I don't know if I have friends right now. But the good, it would have been Aussie Man would be great too. Yeah. All right. Wow. All right. So the map kind of still looks the same, which is quite cute. That's the stash I was telling you guys about. So this is where you can fit in everything, and this is your current inventory. So as you can see, you can quickly drag and drop into here, or you can just directly drop into the stash. Pick up. Whoa! What happened here? Okay. So movement still looks a little bit, feels still a little bit. Greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Anyway, all right. So let's do a small introduction. Right. So I think right now we're gonna have to go to Tristam. You should talk to Akara too. She seems to be the leader of this camp. Maybe she can tell you more. So we're gonna do that. And we're gonna go to Akara, which is right there around that area. There she is. Greeting, young sorceress. It is good to see more of your kind at work in the world these dark days. In my opinion, the world needs more women to fight against the Great Shadow, but I am forgetting my manners. I am Akara, High Priestess of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eve. If I remember, Sightless Eye. I welcome you, traveler, to our camp, but I'm afraid I can offer you but poor shelter within these rickety walls. What walls? You got just a tent. You see, our ancient sisterhood has fallen under a strange curse, and the mighty citadel from which we guarded has been corrupted by the evil demoness Andariel. I still can't believe it, but she turned many of our sister rogue against us and drove us out of our ancestral home. So, stranger, please help us find a way to lift this terrible curse, and we will pledge our loyalty to you for all time. Dun 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 dun. Alright. So quest has been updated. So quest still looks, obviously the UI is modernized, but it still has this beautiful, like, nostalgic feeling to it, where it still kind of looks like what it looked like back in the days. So it's still in, it's in the 16:9 ratio, obviously, but it still has this sort of like retro feeling to it, without being like, you know, just a higher pixel count. Right. There we go. So our skill tree we'll figure out once we get there. I just want to see if there is a way to let's go for quality, performance, higher quality graphic, game resolution. Yep. Blended shadows and perspective mode. Yep. That is much nicer. And then we're gonna, and then we're gonna, I want to do the text to be a little bit faster, because it seems like the scrolling is a bit slow. Maximum player count, enable level restriction. Nope, it doesn't seem like there is. Color. Oh yeah, I do need a little bit. There we go. There we go. No, I'm not this trip proton. There we go. And should be dude. Let's go. Not here. All right, let's go. Alright, entering the blood more. Clickety click. Clickety click. Clickety click. Clickety click. It's obviously it's gonna be a little bit boring in the beginning because it's not like we have that much and our levels are a little bit low, but I feel refreshed. But that's the thing. And if you guys know a little bit about Diablo, you would know obviously by default that most of Diablo's actual levels are instantly generated, so your experience will never be the same as another character or another player in that sense, because each level basically are procedurally generated on the spot. That was one of the biggest accomplishment that that Blizzard managed to do back in those days. It was one of the first time any of that kind of technology happened ever. The weight of the world seems. Alright. Let's see, where are we here? Something inside here. Nothing. Nothing inside. Nothing to loot. Alright. Let's go, let's go. Ah, we got a cave here. And there is... Why is there an icon here? Alright, we open a portal just in case. There's some health. Shrine. Bum 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 bum. Alright, level up. Our first level. Damage wand. Yeah, it will assign stat point once we get rid of these guys. Ah, there's a necromancer somewhere here. And there he is. He's just reviving all these buggers. Ah, look at that. Alright. Equip this. What do you mean you can't use this? I guess it's too high of a level. Alright, character. So we got some points now. We're gonna go with a higher boost a little bit of our... There we go. And then a bit of... Keep on doing that, and then a skill tree. Let's activate a new ice bolt spawn. Alright, oh, and we need to assign it actually. Combine skill, and we'll put it on X. Whoa, look at that bad boy. That was easy. Poke, poke, poke. Obviously, this is a sorceress, so most of her attack depends on what is it called, mana. So you gotta always like kind of like slowly make sure that you don't overdo it, but the mana just regenerates slowly while you're walking around the area, so it makes your life obviously much easier. Alright. Hello there. Gotta get rid of that shaman before he starts reviving everyone. Whoa! So look at these bad boys. And obviously this is Diablo 2, so there is no dodge. It's not like Diablo 3 where you could dodge out of action, and you gotta really be smart about your movements and not overdo it, or not to get too swamped in between areas and between other characters. So you gotta be careful most of the time. Let's see, what do we got here? Oops, nope. We got a scroll identity here. I mean, there's no need. We could equip a better staff or damage one, but I don't think it would be needed at this point. Let's go. Let's keep on going. Oh, I need to equip those before I mess up. Whoop. What's going on here? Place. There we go. Bit of arrows. Not really needed, but especially in my class. Whoa! Oh, hello there. I get rid of that. Oof. Oh shit. Ah, good old days. Alright. Cracker, I'm overburned. So we don't really need this. We don't really need the arrows. This club seems bleh. So not really any point. There's a cracker wand here. Let's see. There's some arrows here. Not needed either. So I'll keep on going. Alright, leveled up. Oh nope. Let's see what kind of other spells we could equip. Yep, and we're gonna bind this to Y. There we go. Wait a minute. I thought I binded it already. Strange. Oh, anyway. Let's do some damage here. More dexterity and... Okay. I think I removed one of the other... Yeah, I think I removed the fire. Yeah. Alright, these are my general skills. Alright, show me. Where are we? We're pretty deep in that so far. There we go. I saw something fall. Ooh, there's two of them. There we go. There we go. Oh, there's another one. Be careful now with the mana. Scroll of Town Portal. That's good. Alright. Fun part about that electricity. Oh, there's a rare. There's a rare zombie here. Why are they so high? Cool. There we go. Whoa. There we go. Yeah. Out of my... Ah, there we go. Minor healing potion, light healing potion, a ring, a short sword, a regeneration potion. Let's take those potions. I'll keep that. Actually, I should probably get rid of some of these. Required strength 15, required stand 15 as well. I'm just gonna get rid of that one. So we can take the sword. Low quality dagger, we'll get rid of it. And take a mana. There we go. Short sword. Alright, much better. Ah, can't even use it. Alright, what did we find here? Alright, I guess we finished this dungeon. Or cave, whatever you want to call it. Alright, let's go. Ah, I like what they did here with the sprinting. Like there's a toggle. You can automatically switch to your stamina. It goes faster obviously, but like it's good to know as an option. I feel healthy. I do feel healthy. Whoa, what the hell happened here? Did you guys notice how all of a sudden it just has been purged of evil? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Nice. Alright. Alright. So this one is done. Alright, let's continue our journey. Let's continue our journey. So we can return to Akara for a reward for freeing our old encampment. Look at these rats. There we go. Almost there. I think we're about to level up a little bit more. So far so good. I mean, you know, again, this is the biggest thing about, you know, remastered game or whatever you want to call them, remakes, etc. is that, you know, it mostly hits the nostalgia, but also it is a piece of, like, you know, it is a piece of gaming history. You gotta know, you gotta play, you know, you gotta play, what is it called? What happened? Alright. What do we got here? Misk. Gonna give you this one. I'm gonna sell you this. Sell. One hand damage, 1 to 3. Durability, 2 to 4. What do we got here? 11, 1 and 5. No point changing. 2 to 7. Okay. Ah, shit! I forgot. I should have identified it. We got a. Alright. We got a ring here that needs to identify. Where is it? Nope, that's not how you do it anymore. Okay. Ooh, look at that. I'll put my first. We got a key. Not sure for what though. Eh? Alright, let's go. I think the next step is here. No, I've done this one. So now what? Where are we now? Quest completed. You have cleanse. Your reward is training in the skills of your choice. Forgot about that part. Yeah, sure. Come here, Akara. Alright. We could upgrade this one and make it stronger. Or the bolt, because I like the bolt. The bolt has a nice reach. So I think... yeah, let's do that. I'm just gonna upgrade the electricity bolt. Alright, let's go. Hello, Kashia. Welcome, Outlander, to our glorious hovel. But know this, Akara may be our spiritual leader, but I command the rogues in battle. It will take more than just killing a few beasts in the wilderness to earn my trust. Okay. My rogue have scouted reported an abomination in the monastery graveyard. Apparently, an Andariel is not content to take only our living. So the Blood Raven, one of our finest captains, is in the battle against Diablo at Tristram, was also one of the first corrupted by Andariel. Now, you will find her in the monastery graveyard, raising our dead as zombies. Dun 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 dun. Alright. We got a new quest. We gotta look for the Blood Raven burial ground next to the cold plain. Okay. Let's do that. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, extra experience. Yeah, let's do that. Nice. There we go. Cracked leather armor. Oh, look at that. All right. Oh, nice. That was a good hit. 2 scroll of identity at once. Ooh. There we go. Starting to get better. Starting to get easy. Well, not easy, but you know what I mean. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, a little chest. What's in the chest? I don't see anything. Alright, let's keep on going. I think we're getting there. Ooh, that's a lot. Core rats are still in most of the Diablo games nowadays. Obviously zombies are known. What? Let's get rid of this one. And no need for a shield. Alright. Another club. Let's see. It seems like, yeah, they need some identification. So let's do that. Let's see. Ooh. Alright. It's an okay-ish. This one. Oh, this one is socketed. Look at that. Nice. Alright. Alright. Just normal. Normal. No need. Okay. Alright. Let's keep on going. Why is it that color? Ah, it's socketed. That's why. Anyway, we'll keep it with us. Maybe we'll sell it at the camp. What? Nothing in chest. So, is it me or does a weird random lags from time to time where? No, charge. Oh, that was a stupid hit. Go. Alright, let's keep on going. Alright, we're getting at the borders here. So I'm not sure if we're going through the right area, but my feelings is we are. What do we got in here? Hello? Alright, there we go. A sash. And some healing potion. There's someone here. Hello? The evil is strong ahead. Oh, what is it now? Beware beyond lies. Take care the corrupted are not trifold. Okay, so I guess that's where we are. Whoa! There we go, we are in the cold plains now. Alright, so we gotta find the there's a big monster supposedly in here. What? Hello there. Alright, they're not as difficult. Look at that. I think I'm level 5 right now. I wonder if there's a secret cow. And they've added the secret cow in this game. Alright. Like I said, we're not playing this so seriously anyway. Like, we're just showcasing the game in case you guys haven't seen it so far or have been a bit curious about what this is all about. Like, there is, you know, like I said, this game plays heavily on nostalgia, so it's a bit difficult to sell to newcomers, to people that haven't played any of the Diablo or don't really know Diablo 2. To be fair, like I've played this game a long time ago, but still, like, chicken gas potion. Look at that. But you know, like at the end of the day, you're talking about, you know, a really old game, right? So, you know, it's not easy to sell it because, well, first of all, even with everything that they've added, with all the updates that they've done, you're still in, you know, a situation where you gotta, how to explain it? Like, I think this armor is actually better. 11. Oh yeah, this is much better. So why would you buy this game? I think, in my honest opinion, you would buy this game if you're curious about nostalgia and understanding, you know, the root of a lot of ARPG, and like, and especially like the first Diablo and Diablo 2, like, pretty much set the whole industry in that sense. Like, this is how these kind of games should be done, and most of the elements have been reused by many other games, you know, like Pillars of Eternity and whatnot. So yeah, I would say it's a game for older generation. I wouldn't see this game as something like people in their 20s nowadays would play, probably, because, you know, even with all the stuff that they've added and etc., it still is a bit you know, crude in its own way, because at the end of the day, there's so much you can do by what's going on here? There's so much you can do with remastering these kind of games to a certain level, so it doesn't lose the beauty of what it was years ago. So it still needs to have these clinks. It still needs to have these kind of like a bit of delayed-ish motions, and like, because you gotta play this game the way it was played back in the days. So can I recommend this to everyone? No, I can't. Like, it's not really a game that I would recommend to everyone. It's a game that definitely I would recommend to a lot of Diablo fans or ARPG fans, especially people that played really iconic games in that genre, and you can't skip on that one. It is still, it's kind of well priced, I would say, especially given like everything that is going on. Like, it's decently priced, but there is no rush, especially because there are certain features that haven't been made available at launch, like the ladders and whatnot. So, but if you are looking at just playing this for the story and whatnot, you can easily wait until a sale or whatnot, and then probably buy it at like most probably at 25% cheaper. I don't foresee Blizzard like doing a complete like 50% sale yet. Given the history of how their sales work. Maybe during Black Friday sales, but I highly doubt it would go as low as 50% and become like $20 basically. All right. Still haven't found that boss, eh? I have a feeling maybe it's through here. Stony Fields. Let me see. Let me remember the. Need a bit of more strength because it's starting to get a bit aggressive here. Skill tree. Let's boost again. Our quest log. Okay, there we go. My rogue. So look for the Blood Raven in the burial ground next to the cold plain. So what does it say? Entering the cold plain, and here is Stony Field. Okay, so it might be actually that area at the bottom that we kind of saw on the map. But in any case, once we finish that boss and that part of the quest, we will switch to the next game, which is called Golf Club Wasteland. So you guys can have a quick look at this really, really wonderful, nice sort of a narrative golf game, in a sense. Narrative golf game, sorry. Damage quilted. Alright, here we go. We are here. We are in the burial ground. Okay, look at that. Oh, my weapon is starting to get starting to lose durability here.
My army will destroy you.
There we go. Whoa. Guess I'm gonna have to get rid of her really quickly. Because she keeps on reviving all these fuckers. Ah, come on. It's alright. I think I broke my, my main weapon. So we're gonna have to have some fun with... Ah, we lost all our shit. Ah, come on. Well, I guess that's a good segue for us to switch to another game. Like I said, we're gonna take a look at a Golf Club Simulator. A Golf Club Wasteland, which is done by Untold Tale. And like I said, that game is also available on all platforms right now. For those of you that want to buy Diablo 2, you can buy it on almost every platform. It's on PC, only via Battle.net. And it's on Xbox, cross-platform between generation. It's on PlayStation, on the PlayStation Store as well, and on Nintendo Switch. If you want to play it on the go, which I highly recommend. I love, like, Diablo 3 was always installed on my Switch ever since it was launched, and it's actually the first Diablo game I directly worked on. I joined like around the time where Diablo 3 was launched, so I got to participate in like the early stage of the late stage of the launch period. And I think I'm still credited in the game at one point. But yeah, so we're gonna take a really quick short break, and then once we're back, we'll take it from there, and we'll showcase Golf Club Wasteland from Untold Tale. So you guys stick around, and we'll be right back after this short message from our sponsors.